Hello, everybody. Good morning. Well, I thought they were starting the cast, but it appears that that's not what's going on. There we go. Arctic, good morning. Cammy, how are you? I am tired. Very tired. There we go.
Launch director.
Launch vehicle is ready to launch.
We have ignition.
You have permission to launch.
1, and liftoff. Liftoff of the United Launch Alliance Atlas V rocket.
Mach 1.
I just burnt my tongue.
Spacecraft separation.
Here we go.
Good morning. I'm Noah Curry, a structural engineer at ULA, and your host for today's Atlas V SBRIS GEO 6 launch for the United States Space Force Space Systems Command. I'm joining you from ULA's Atlas Spaceflight Operations Center here at Cape Canaveral Space Force Station in Florida. Liftoff is scheduled for 6:29 a.m. Eastern, though we do have a 40-minute window available today.
Much.
In addition to watching our webcast, you can also follow live mission progress at ulalaunch.com. The count is currently in a 30-minute planned hold. We have 2 planned holds in our 7.5-hour launch count, which give our team additional time to resolve any issues prior to entering the terminal count. At this time, the team is not working any issues, and we are proceeding towards an on-time liftoff.
Tier 238.
In addition to seeing liftoff, today's show includes some interesting extras. We hear from Mission Director John Steinmeier and learn more about Lockheed Martin's role in the SBRIS program. We'll also recognize a special anniversary happening later this summer.
So this is SBRIS GEO 6, space-based infrared satellite, GEO 6, which is the 6th satellite in the SBRIS network. It is a missile detection satellite that they're launching, that ULA is launching for the Space Force. The rocket that it's launching on is an Atlas 421. It is the last Atlas to fly from the Cape with the pointy fairing. Every Atlas from here on out is going to use the 500 series fairing. So, yeah, that's the last time you're going to see an Atlas 400 series at Slick 41, which is kind of weird. It's kind of weird to say it like that. It really kind of snuck up on us, but here, I want to listen to this.
And this provides a flexible, versatile, and scalable common spacecraft bus that enables greater efficiency and resiliency across the space enterprise. The payload on GEO 6 was built by Northrop Grumman, and this will provide sensor data that allows the U.S. military to detect missile launches, support ballistic missile defense, expand technical intelligence gathering, and bolster situational awareness on the battlefield. All features which allow leaders to make decisions and take actions faster to save lives. This satellite is equipped with powerful scanning and staring surveillance sensors to protect our nation 24/7. These infrared sensors detect the heat generated by missile engine exhaust to detect launches and begin the early warning process for civilian leadership and battlefield commanders.
Oh, nice.
The success of this mission and the strength of our deterrence posture is made possible through the hard work and dedication of our diverse and integrated government and industry teams. This launch reflects the importance of partnerships to ensure our nation's security today and for the future.
For today's launch, ULA is using an Atlas V 421 rocket. This is the 95th Atlas V launch and ULA's 152nd launch.
Hey, Creeper.
Let's learn more about this vehicle, which has been used to launch so many critical payloads to space.
Nice. Too many hours in Satisfactory.
Built in ULA's 1.6 million square foot production facility in Decatur, Alabama, the Atlas V rocket, once fully stacked, stands 194 feet and weighs nearly 1 million pounds fully fueled. At the base is the Atlas V Common Core Booster, which is powered in flight by an NPO Energomash RD-180 engine. For additional thrust at liftoff, Northrop Grumman's solid rocket boosters, or SRBs, are attached to the rocket. Atop the booster is the ULA Centaur second stage, powered by an Aerojet Rocketdyne RL-10 engine. The spacecraft is encapsulated inside a protective 2-piece payload fairing produced by ULA in Harlingen, Texas. With production complete, the booster and Centaur travel from Alabama to Cape Canaveral on ULA's rocket ship. Once in Florida, a series of events lead to today's countdown. The process begins by lifting the 107-foot booster onto the Mobile Launch Platform, or MLP. Next, we made the SRBs. Then, the Centaur's second stage is transported to the pad and lifted into position.
Cool.
Lastly, the payload fairing, with the spacecraft encapsulated inside, is lifted and mated to the Atlas V rocket. Once fully assembled, the launch countdown begins by moving the rocket from the Vertical Integration Facility, or VIF, to the launch pad. To complete this move, which spans about 1/3 of a mile, the rocket is transported by the MLP. Weighing in at approximately 2 million pounds, the MLP supports the rocket and contains air conditioning, electrical, and commodities lines. Throughout the 20-minute trip, rail cars lead the move, with the payload van providing spacecraft communication and the ground van
What's that
providing
in normal
support for the
units?
rocket.
500 meters.
At the rear of the convoy is an environmental control system, which provides air conditioning to the
Been launch
payload
day, Tara.
and the rocket.
What's going on, buddy? How you doing?
Trackmobiles power the nearly 3 million pound convoy.
Oh wait, when I sneeze, I gotta
With
get
the
the turbo
rocket on
noise.
the pad, the launch team then transitions to fueling and other final preparations.
Okay, about to go over. Oh,
Atlas
guys,
V
we're
will
gonna see a
deliver
jellyfish here, I
SBRIS
think.
to a highly optimized geosynchronous transfer orbit.
Hey,
Once
Chief.
in space, it will join the previous 5 ULA launch satellites. Let's learn more about today's flight.
Yes, let's.
Generating a combined liftoff thrust of 1.5 million pounds, the RD-180 engine and 2 solid rocket boosters ignite to start ULA's Atlas V rocket on its trip to orbit.
That's nice.
Shortly after liftoff, Atlas begins a pitchover to attain the proper flight path while minimizing the dynamic pressure the rocket experiences during flight. Then, Atlas V reaches Mach 1, the speed of sound. Within the next 2 minutes of first stage flight, the Atlas
Probably
V
not,
rocket
Tara.
will more than
I got
triple
stuff
its
to do.
velocity following jettison of the 2 GEM 63 solid rocket boosters. Fighting against the force of gravity, the nearly 1 million pound rocket completes the
Man, I need
majority
more
of its
coffee.
propellant. The main
Yeah,
engine
Alcor.
then shuts down,
Hello.
followed by release of the booster stage. The rocket now weighs a little more than 7% of what it did at liftoff. To deliver SBRIS GEO 6 to orbit, Centaur will perform 3 engine burns. Fueled by liquid hydrogen and liquid oxygen, the first burn takes the spacecraft orbital, reaching a LEO parking orbit. Then, once the rocket has climbed above the densest part of Earth's atmosphere, the payload fairing is jettisoned.
Hand-painted fairing, dude.
After the first main engine cutoff, Centaur coasts around to the destination argument, or celestial longitude. The second burn then kicks the trajectory onto a geosynchronous transfer orbit with a maximum altitude in the geobelt. Following a multi-hour coast, Centaur comes alive for a final burn as it prepares to release the SBRIS spacecraft into a highly customized, enhanced, high-energy GTO.
Dude, look at that.
Nearing end of
Wow.
mission, Centaur executes a guidance-commanded shutdown to complete the final burn, a capability which ensures precise orbit injection. More than 3 hours after liftoff, Centaur releases the 6th SBRIS GEO satellite for the United States Space Force, providing early missile warning detection.
Dude, that see the
In
graphic on
addition
the
to
side?
logos
Hand
representing ULA
hand
and the US
painted.
Space Force, along with the American flag. On today's Atlas V, you can see mission artwork provided by the Space Force. The rocket also includes dedications for 2 ULA teammates who are no longer with us. Let's learn more.
Hey, Fanglers, what's up?
The SBRIS GEO 6 artwork on today's Atlas V 4-meter payload fairing features an eagle, the mascot for the SBRIS constellation, grasping a missile in its talons to represent the detection capabilities of this satellite.
Does the eagle have
On
large
the missile,
talons?
we see the words Semper Vigilans,
Oh.
Latin for always vigilant.
Always vigilant, yeah.
To the right, beneath 3 white stars, a tribute to heritage SBRIS missions, we see red beams signifying infrared rays
Inside
watching
of 20
over Earth.
minutes, J-Rock, so we're actually closer to
Additionally,
15.
today's flight is dedicated in memory of Dan Boyd and Jesse Marquez. Dan Boyd started his career with Martin Marietta in 1984 as a missile mechanic on the Defense Systems program. Dan transitioned to the Titan IV program and eventually the Atlas program as a quality inspector with Lockheed Martin. With the formation of ULA, he joined the Engines Group and enabled the successful execution of the RL-10 program and was critical to the BE-4 engine development plan. Throughout his career, Dan's expertise and skills were continually relied upon, especially in his natural aptitude for leadership and mentorship. He had a sincere passion for sharing his knowledge and was quick to make friends and share adventures with anyone
He's got
willing
good
to try
taste in
something
guitars,
new.
too.
For many, Dan fundamentally impacted ULA's culture for the better. Jesse Marquez joined ULA's Harlingen, Texas team in 1990 as a quality inspector, where he worked on Atlas I and Titan Centaur structures.
Oh, cool.
Later, he worked in the gauge lab as a technician before becoming a production leader in 2002. Jesse led teams in the assembly of Atlas V forward adapters, 4-meter payload fairings, and aft transition structures. From the paint shop to the foam and cork shops to final assembly in the special clean area, he managed many major workstations in the factory. Jesse took immense pride in his work, and his teammates respected his passionate leadership style.
Cool.
One unique aspect of the Atlas V 4-meter payload fairing halves is that due to the ridges on the outside of the shells, the mission logo is hand-painted in the ULA factory in Harlingen, Texas. Let's take a look at that activity, which
This
occurred
is awesome.
earlier this year.
The guy that paints this is my hero. Old school sign painter. Oh, that's so freaking cool. You know how hard that is. Oh, that's so awesome. You get some sleep? Oh, it's so good. Dude, it's a freaking lost art. This guy's a sign painter by trade. This is how they used to paint billboards, dudes. Back in the day, you'd just have a guy with paintbrushes painting a freaking billboard just like that. That's something that doesn't get done anymore like that. It doesn't work. That doesn't work that way. Guy's an old school sign painter where you use techniques like putting your pinky up against it so you can get the right. You could draw stuff like perfectly straight. It's really freaking cool, actually.
Final go to pick up the count. 29 engineers and managers are.
It's
pulled
made out of
for system
aluminum,
status
Zizep.
and
That's why
readiness
it's
to
ridged.
proceed. This is the final status check for all Atlas vehicle
He's a
systems,
pinstriper,
ground
Spoon.
systems,
It's freaking
spacecraft,
cool, dude.
and the
That's
US
like, that
Space
made me
Force
so
instrument
happy when
range.
I figured that one out.
The vehicle
As a
system readiness
pinstriper.
poll includes electrical
He does all
systems,
kinds of stuff.
hydraulics,
We found it. He
pneumatics,
does all kinds of
propulsion
sign
systems,
painting. He
flight
does
control, and
pinstripes.
propellants. Let's listen in as Ron McKee
Yeah, there
performs
you go,
the final
Phil.
polling.
All right, let's see. Here we go.
L minus 7 minutes.
Yeah,
Status
gee.
check to proceed with terminal count. Atlas systems, propulsion.
Go.
Hydraulics.
Go.
Pneumatics.
Go.
LO2.
Go.
Water.
Go.
Centaur systems, propulsion. Go. Pneumatics. Go. LO2.
Go.
LH2.
Go.
S-gas.
Go.
Chat.
Electrical systems, airborne.
Go.
Ground.
Go.
Facility.
Go.
RFFTS.
Go.
Flight control.
Go.
GCQ. Go. Operations support.
Go.
COM.
Go.
Umbilicals.
Go.
ECS.
Go.
Redline monitor.
Go.
Quality. Go. Op safety manager.
Go.
ULA safety officer.
Go.
Vehicle system engineer. Go. Anomaly chief.
Go.
Range coordinator.
Clear to proceed.
Launch director.
Launch vehicle is ready to launch.
Mission director.
You have permission to launch.
Send it.
Proceeding with the count. ALC verified T0 set for 10:29:2.
Verified.
Polling is complete. The ULA launch team and the Space Force mission director are go for launch. From T-minus 4 minutes until launch, you will be listening to Ron McKee and his team performing the final steps in the countdown procedure. Several critical activities occur in the final minutes before launch. including verifying fuel tank levels and pressures in the booster and Centaur, and arming the flight termination system. At T-minus 25 seconds, you'll hear Go Atlas, Go Centaur, Go SBRIS. This is the final status check of Atlas, Centaur,
It's happened
and
before,
SBRIS
Iron,
GEO
yep.
6 readiness. At T-minus 3 seconds, the main engine ignites, followed by ignition of the solid rocket boosters. Then, after seeing Atlas V lift off the launch pad, you'll begin hearing flight commentator Jesse Gonzalez providing launch vehicle ascent data.
May I ask what's the flame for? Hydrogen. That's a hydrogen purge flame. GW, the long story short is they have a hydrogen fuel farm over here for the second stage for Centaur. First stage is using Kerolox, so kerosene and liquid oxygen. There's a LOX tank over there. Right, see the big LOX tank? That's for the first stage. Second stage is using also liquid oxygen, but liquid hydrogen as well. The short story is that big purge flame is a gigantic Bunsen burner. That's basically what it is. The reason is because if you don't give hydrogen a place to burn off, it will find a place to burn off. And that place where it's going to burn off is usually not a place that you want it to burn off. So basically they're just like, why don't we just take all the fire and put it over there? That's why they have the purge flame. Anytime you're using full cryogenics, you need a purge flame usually.
3, 2, 1, mark.
Okay. 4-minute count is
55.
resumed.
Ground
I
gyros enabled.
like that camera, by the way. Yeah, no problem, dude. Starship would have something like that, but they have a recondenser. So they take the methane and they put it through a condenser and they scavenge it and they put it back in the fuel farm. It's actually pretty cool. Solar powered. But
the countdown clock has
for
resumed, and we are
Atlas,
go for launch
Delta,
at 6:29 a.m. Eastern. With liftoff
they need purge
approaching,
flames.
We're going to raise the volume on our launch team so you can hear the final preps taking place.
Final 400 series. How many? I think we got 22 left. They're all 500. There's like one more 500 to launch from Vandenberg, and then one more 400 to launch from Vandenberg, and that's it. Wasn't it dark like 2 seconds ago? The sun's coming up over here, Fruity. Actually, it's funny. I'm about, I don't know, like 1,100 miles, so that's like 1,700 kilometers north. It's already daytime here. It's 6:30 in the morning. The sun's already up.
Carrying LO2 topping.
Florida's a little more west than where I'm at. I'm in the part of the country where we get sun before everybody else.
FPS internal.
Flight termination system is on internal power, meaning it's cut off from the grid, Burb. I get sun before you do. The sun is like fine wine, Zysep. You have to age it a little bit, so getting it a little later is not a bad thing. This is a twilight launch, guys. It's a dawn launch. We should see a nice plume effect here. Yeah, human. I've never seen anybody try to recondense it, but yeah, see the purge flame right here? There it is. Aged like fine wine. Yeah, is it fine the wine? The ISO on these cameras is turned all the way up, though.
159. 157. Vehicle internal.
154. No!
Sequencer start.
Okay, so the sequencer has started. Vehicles on internal power means it's cut off from the grid. The rocket is
Centaur LO2.
working on its own battery. Yep. Look, see the flame got bigger? They're securing Centaur LO2 and hydrogen, which means
Launch enabled.
they shut the fuel lines going into the Centaur. That's why the purge flame got big, because they're getting all the hydrogen out of the system.
T-minus 90 seconds. The launch vehicle, payload, ground systems, and eastern range are go for launch.
Blade Runner. I know exactly what you mean,
120.
Kemba.
OCU's arm.
SCS count started.
$110.
Vent valves locked.
You got to remember, Fruity, out in Florida, there's no mountains or hills or anything to get in the way. When the sun comes up, it comes up. You can see it come up over the horizon. It's actually really pretty.
1 minute.
Rock report range status.
Status
Range
check.
green.
Okay, we got a green range, which means we got clear skies. So stand by. The final call should be at about 30 to 25 seconds. Somewhere in there is usually when they do it.
40 seconds.
Step 3.
T-minus 30 seconds.
28.
Stand by for the status check.
25.
Status check.
Go Atlas. Go Centaur.
Go SBRIS.
Oh, that's my favorite part. All right, here we go.
T minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
We got an RD-180
We
ignition.
have ignition.
2 GEM-63s
liftoff.
firing and
Atlas
liftoff.
5 rocket for United Launch Alliance carrying
Send it.
SBRIS GEO 6 for the United States Space Force.
United States is Space Force. See, the guy can't even talk right because he's like, oh, that's awesome. Everything looked good. Got a nice green flash from the RD-180. That's perfect ignition, as always. Wait, no, I left my keys in there. Oh, crap.
Passing 30 seconds on flight. Vehicle is now 2 miles in altitude.
Everything looks good. Should put the RD-180 into a throttle bucket here very soon.
And the RD-180 is now throttling down as expected. Engine response looks good.
Sweet. I'm not sure, Vasya. Atlas is going to fly for a good while.
And the vehicle has completed its roll maneuver.
How many did
Passing 50 seconds
yeah,
in flight.
it's like
Mach 1,
22 of them or
Atlas 5
something?
Supersonic. Vehicle is now passing through max Q, maximum dynamic pressure.
Depends on where it is, Isaac. Okay, should be throttling the RD-180 back up here in a moment.
And the RD-180 is now throttling back up as expected. Engine response looks good. Standing by for SRB burnout.
Everything looks real good there.
You are hearing the voice of Jesse Gonzalez providing launch vehicle ascent data.
Coming up on 90 seconds into flight. And we have burnout on both SRBs.
Okay, it's gonna coast with the SRBs for a
And
second.
the RD-180 is now throttling back up as expected.
She looks real good.
Vehicle is now 20 miles in altitude, traveling at 3,000 miles per hour.
About 5,000 kilometers an hour from the call there a second ago. Okay, this SRB, the GEM-63, should do that. There it goes.
And we
Bye-bye.
have indication of jettison of both SRBs.
Oh, what a shot! Did you see that?
Vehicle is
Oh!
closed loop guidance.
Hello. There's the 2 SRBs floating around up there. Oh, that's cool. Oh, look at that picture. That's nice. I like that. Got a nice jellyfish going on. The rocket's high enough to be in the sunlight.
And
It's
the
still
RCS
dark
is
down on the
now
surface.
pressurizing to flight levels.
Okay. Should have a BECO here for Atlas. They call it booster engine
And
cutoff.
reaction control system pressures have reached operational levels. The vehicle is now 45 miles in altitude, about 100 miles downrange, traveling at 6,500 miles per hour.
Oh, units I can understand. That's nice. Everything looks good. So it's about 160 kilometers downrange, 70 kilometers in altitude. He said 6,500 miles an hour, so it's like 8,000, 9,000 kilometers an hour.
And the RD-180 is now throttling to maintain a constant 5G acceleration limit.
Look
Engine
at that.
response looks good.
Man, that Atlas core
The
stage.
Centaur has begun the boost phase chill down sequence to
Really?
condition the RL-10 for operation.
Look at the
The
shadow
RD-180
on the
is now
freaking
throttling
plume,
to maintain
dude.
a 4.6G acceleration.
That's
limit.
amazing. Oh, we have an internal
And we have
shot.
Eco, booster engine cutoff.
So watch the vent wire on the right. Yep, there we go. We got a stage shot. Oh, that's
Stage
freaking
separation.
sweet.
Seeing good pre-start on the RL-10.
All right, let's see if the C11 is working correctly. Last time they used the RL10C11, they had some really bad nozzle oscillations, but everything looks really good there. There goes the fairing.
And we have good indication of
watch, you'll see it here. Oh, you see the RL10 moving? Oh, that's so good. Right now,
this is Atlas Mission Control at T+5 minutes.
Oh, never mind.
We just heard flight commentator Jesse Gonzalez confirm the successful completion of the early phase of today's flight, and all systems continue to operate nominally. Our next event, Centaur main engine cutoff, will occur in about 8 minutes. SBRIS provides in-space missile warning. Let's learn more about the importance of this capability from the Space Systems Command.
I'd prefer to watch the telemetry in the top right, but we can learn more about this now.
Our adversaries across the globe, our near-peer competitors, consider the fact that they're being watched and we can see every single launch and attribute it to that actor. That absolutely impacts whether they're going to use a missile against the U.S. or our allies.
That was footage from,
This is the last SBRIS in the constellation.
Didn't really want
There have been
look at that today, but that's cool.
Satellites that have been launched so far, and this is the 6th of them. And that will complete
C5.
the run for all of the SBRIS GEO assets.
I saw it, Thomas.
SBRIS is on orbit right now. It is performing the missile warning mission. It's a 12-year design life satellite, and the constellation is very healthy.
I didn't want to see that today.
Not only the defense support program satellites, but also the space-based infrared satellites.
We often refer to these systems.
That's right, King. Yeah.
In that they have to be able to detect a missile launch anywhere on the Earth, 24/7. But also be able to accurately report that back.
Yeah,
to senior
yeah, we can make more of these. That's probably a good idea.
What gets me going, what makes me excited about missile warning is how consequential and challenging this mission is.
Yeah, we should
every day knowing that what I do has a direct impact on our nation's security.
We should keep doing this. Yeah. It's probably
This is
a good
Atlas
idea.
Mission Control at T+6 minutes and 52 seconds. While we wait for main engine cutoff, here is more
Why is my
about
brain
the
so
Lockheed
broken? I can ID
Martin-built
missile
SBRIS
strike
satellite.
footage. Too much dopamine, man. Touch grass. You think I'm kidding? More than 1,000 missile launches every year. We are protected. They put protected in a different color to make sure you're extra protected. No, seriously, it's actually a pretty cool piece of kit what this thing does. It can detect missiles down to the signature. It can ID missile launches better than King can. Oh, Magellan, what's that? Oh, nice, dude. That's awesome. You got a house in Santa Barbara. I'm a little jelly. I'm not going to lie to you.
Mission Director John Steinmeier recently shared a little more about the importance of today's flight. Let's have a look.
At Space Systems Command, we are laser focused on the many types of threats in the space domain that threaten to disrupt the U.S. and our daily way of life. Our near-peer competitors continue to develop missile technology.
Oh, did you see it? That VLS just sent it.
Harder to detect. This makes it critical now more than ever to focus our efforts on launch and ensuring each national security space launch is successful to enable delivery of this capability on
Earth. But the real question is, what are those people in the back doing?
SBRIS GEO satellite we have launched on board an Atlas V.
Ooh.
This mission will provide tremendous capability for the defense of our nation and allies, and represents thousands of hours.
Oh, okay, Magellan. Don't do that. Don't say that.
As you are well aware,
I too have a guest room.
Atlas V has a tremendous history of mission success. This will be the 95th flight of the Atlas V and ULA's 95th National Security Space Mission. For SBRIS GEO 6, we will be using the Atlas V 421 configuration. The 421 uses a 4-meter extended metallic payload fairing, 2 GEM 63 solid rocket boosters, and an RL10 C11 upper stage engine. This mission has been optimized to impart maximum delta V to the space vehicle using an optimized 3-burn injection profile.
Cool.
SBRIS satellites are the first
That's actually really neat.
They provide timely, reliable, and accurate missile warning, infrared surveillance information to the President, Secretary of
You
Defense,
just got to find the right place.
combatant commanders, and the intelligence community.
California's a big
and
state,
other
man.
key decision makers. The SBRIS system enhances our global missile launch detection capability, supports the nation's ballistic missile defense system, expands the country's technical intelligence gathering
capacity. You see the hydrazine
and
tank?
bolsters domain awareness for warfighters on the battlefield.
What's that guy carrying? Oh, he had an
last
EOTech.
satellite to
Very
join the
nice.
SBRIS constellation.
Very nice.
The launch of SBRIS GEO 6 marks the end of the SBRIS development program.
I
This
agree, mate.
system will
Trackmobiles
integrate
are
with the next generation
meh.
of missile warning satellites that are already in production. I'm privileged to be
I
the
did,
mission
Jack. Yeah,
director
we
for
were
the
talking about it
SBRIS
yesterday.
GEO 6 mission, and I'm extremely proud of the accomplishments of the integrated team and all the suppliers and partners who have worked diligently to get us to this point. Go Atlas 5, go SBRIS GEO 6, and Semper Supra.
Is that a Supra? What's actually the biggest U.S. state?
In honor of the U.S. Air Force's 75th
it's
anniversary
Alaska.
in September,
Alaska or
ULA
Texas.
collaborated
I think
with the
Alaska's
U.S.
bigger.
Space Force to form a Human 75 next to the SBRIS GEO 6
Thanks,
launch
Phil.
vehicle.
Oh,
These
very
space
nice.
systems command airmen and guardians
Nice
hailed
jellyfish.
from multiple units across the country who are critical to our nation's assured access to space and space sensing mission areas.
Yeah, Zizep.
We're looking at time-lapse.
Texas is about the size of, I think it's about the size of France, if I'm remembering correctly. Hey, that's cool. 75 for the Air Force. And Alaska's bigger than that. Alaska's like way bigger than that. Yeah, Texas is a monster of a state, dude. I'm telling you, this country's a big mother. I've driven across the whole thing. It's big, very big.
Minute remaining in the first burn. Still seeing good performance out of the RL-10 and the RCS system. The loop and bottle.
Texas is the greatest, though. Yeah, human. Of course you say that. That's where all the Germans are. That and
down the center of the range.
Pennsylvania. Yeah, she's a big one. It's a big country, dude.
This is Atlas Mission Control at T+12 minutes.
What is other
and 18
most
seconds.
west and eastern?
We are now
most
approaching
state?
the end of the first burn of the Centaur second stage. Let's listen in as we approach this next event.
Okay, hang on. We got main engine cutoff. The furthest west is Hawaii. Hawaii's a long way. It's way out there, way out in the middle of the Pacific. Furthest east, Maine or Massachusetts, where I'm from. Yeah, I think it's Maine. Maine is further east than us.
And we have MECO main engine cutoff.
There we go. Got main engine cutoff on the Centaur. It's in a 28-degree inclined orbit in a parking orbit of 549 by 179. Or 549 by 175, 79. Puerto Rico's U.S. territory, fellas. It's not a state. The U.S. has territory all over the place. Don't forget about Guam. Well, I'm not. Guam is not a state.
This is Atlas Mission Control at T+13 minutes and 15 seconds. Jesse Gonzalez just reported successful completion of the first of 3 Centaur
pretty much
burns.
human, yeah.
SBRIS GEO 6 is scheduled to separate from ULA's Centaur upper stage into a geosynchronous transfer orbit in about 2 hours and 45 minutes.
It's weird being up here.
At this point, we'll close our live coverage. I'd like to thank Jesse Gonzalez for his participation in today's show.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
You can stay updated on today's long ascent with ULA's live blog at ulalaunch.com, or join the conversation on Twitter and Facebook.
Yep, they're starting a barbecue roll. See that?
I'm Noah Curry. Thank you for joining us this morning. Before we sign off, let's take another look at liftoff, which occurred at 6:29 a.m. Eastern.
It's turbo. You know how hard that is to do when you
10,
sneeze?
9, 8,
So
7,
wait for the green
6,
flash.
5, 4, 3, 2.
There it is.
We have ignition and liftoff of the Atlas V rocket for United Launch Alliance, carrying SBRIS GEO 6 for the United States Space Force.
2 more to go. We're halfway there, Mars. I guess that's an interesting point. Well, yeah, there we go. All right, so that was SBRIS GEO 6. That rocket's going to be coasting for another 6 hours. That's why they're slow rolling it. Everything looked good from the parking orbit there. I mean, once again, Atlas proves what a Chad tier rocket it absolutely is. I mean, if we're gonna discuss EELVs, I'm personally more of a Delta kind of guy. I think Delta is better, but what, RS-68s are cooler. I'm sorry, you could say whatever you want, but it'd be wrong. So that's SBRIS GEO 6. Great launch. Congratulations to everybody involved. Also, the SBRIS GEO 6 graphic is probably one of the most Chad tier graphics ever devised. Oh, that's hand freaking painted, dude. Oh, it's so cool. I want this graphic in my garage. I'm not even kidding. That's not even a joke. I want that in my garage. Like on a huge vinyl banner or painted. Paint that on my garage door. I'll paint it on the garage door. I want it on a shirt. It's such a big, dude. I was about to swear. It's such a BAM freaking logo. Look at that thing. Oh, it's so good. With your 47 Lamborghinis in my Lamborghini account. That's right. Semper Vigilantis. Shame they don't recover it. It is. Yeah, it is. That's a damn shame. What an awesome graphic that is. Fozzie, it's like that one time where they put the double eagle on Soyuz. That was cool. I was like, that. Okay, that's pretty neat. All right, I kind of dig it. I kind of dig it. That's pretty cool. If the eagle is bald, is it old? No. No, it's got the Joe Rogan thing going on. That's all. That's the reason. Why are his eyes red? Infrared. Alucard. That and don't piss off the eagle. Okay. All right, guys. Well, that's SBRIS GEO 6. So we have another rocket launch in. What did you guys say? It's about 2 hour 45. Yeah. NS-22. We got a Blue Origin launch. And I will be back here for it. And in the meantime, I am going to pack. I would love to sit here and play video games till then. I really want to. But I have to pack. Webb vibes in the background of that logo. Does that thing point in both directions? Dado, what if this is just a James Webb that's pointed in the wrong direction? Oh, listen to me, man. Back off. I'm a scientist. Back off, man. I'm a scientist. Enjoy boxing up stuff. Small note, KSP works on Steam Deck really well for what it is. Now I can fly rockets on planes. Oh. Hey, well, Magellan, hey, congratulations. Congratulations, dude. Dude, Santa Barbara's very, very pretty. You know what? Just real quick. Any bets on whether your eyes are bleeding yet in 2 hours? I'll be alright, caveman. I'm gonna feel this over the weekend. Yeah, no, I definitely will feel this later, but I'll be okay. Why not just pack stuff and push it over there? I am. That's just Virgin with extra steps. Let's see. You're up in Santa Barbara. Oh, dude, up there. It's so freaking pretty, man. I drove up all up in this thing. I drove all up in this mother. Up PCH. Yeah, see, and then the road takes a freaking huge rider up here because you get to the outer limits of Vandenberg right there. And it goes through there. Dude, this drive. Magellan, you ever been up this road? Up to Lompoc? That road is like one of the prettiest roads I've ever driven on. Like, I'll show you. Show you, fellas. You'll just be like, ah? Like, Windows desktop background pretty. It's just all right. Dude, we drove up this road in the 97, and I'm like, is this real? This is a place where people live? I don't believe this. I don't believe that. Heck, I want to congratulate you and Remo. Yeah, that freaking road, man. The entirety of PCH. I remember, Magellan, when we drove up, we got to Point Magoo, and I was like, again, I was like, this place isn't real. This is not a real place. We came around this corner right here. I'm like, this is not a real place. People don't live here. Might have to DM you sometime. It's a blessed portion of this fine nation. That's damn right. You're damn right it is. Yeah, guys, if you go, this road right here is one of the best driving roads in the world. Cruising roads, I should say. That's Pacific Coast Highway. It goes all the way up to San Francisco. It is one of the prettiest roads ever. If you've played GTA 5 and you go past the Del Perro Pier, that road that goes up like along the coast, that's supposed to be Pacific Coast Highway. It's beautiful. Oh, I remember I filled up with gas at that station. Cool. If you cast it on my TV, I just have some tears. It's a big mother, dude. Big mother. We ain't perfect, but hey, whatever. Dude, it's big. This is a big place. So, yeah. People were talking about states. Eyes up. You asked, the easternmost is Maine, and then right after that is Massachusetts. We get the sun way before Florida does. Because the sun, when it comes up, it's going this way. It kind of goes like this. So, up here always gets the sun first. You rob a bank on your way through? I don't know what you're talking about. You've never driven on any of Australian coastal roads? Nope. No, I haven't, Greg. Maybe someday, dude. Maybe someday I'll do it in the 97. People would get very confused. They'd be like, what is that? Why is... Okay. And for the Germans that are watching, there are two places where the Germans are. They're right here. And they're right here. See, yeah, that's what I always say. You start noticing stuff. You go and just go in and look at. Let's go look around here. You see all these, English names, right? And then some Spanish stuff, and then you see stuff like Fredericksburg. Was? And then Pflugerville is around here too, and it's just like that's not. That's not a Spanish name. Oh yeah, like there it is. That's not American at all. And then up here, actually, Fruity, up here there's Germans from Bavaria, because these mountains in Pennsylvania, the Appalachian Mountains, it looks like Bavaria. It's very similar. Very similar. It's funny because when people move to the U.S. from other countries, they move to areas that remind them of their home. It happens all it happens all the time. Still happens to this day. So like Michigan, Wisconsin, and Minnesota up here, Finns, Swedes, Norwegians, all up there. Because if you go up here, it looks like Finland. I've been up to like Mackinac up here, and the Michigan Upper Peninsula. It looks like my summer car. It looks the same. It's the same thing. Yeah, it's kind of weird. You've lived mostly on the East Coast, Greg? Yeah, Fort Wayne there. There you go, Magellan. Yep. Want to see something weird? Netherlands, Texas, because Dutch people settled there, weren't creative. Now we're talking, mate. So, for reference, fellas, if you want to know how far I drove that truck to get to my home, it would be like going from Perth to Sydney. That's how far I drove that damn truck. You're in Townsville? Greg, I have a theory about Townsville. I had a theory that, you know, some Australians settled there and they were having like a couple of brews and they're like, mate, what should we call this town? I don't know. Just call it freaking Townsville or something. Just call it Townsville, whatever. It's a crap hole. Just call it Townsville. I don't know what do you want me to call it? Give me another beer. Hey Midge, what's going on? Yeah, mate, just call it freaking Townsville. The hell with this. Why are we gonna make a name? Screw that. So far, the launch already happened. Yep. SBRIS GEO was amazing. It was really good launch. Atlas always does it right. I'm sorry for swearing. It's all good, man. It's all good. But yeah, Perth to freaking Sydney, dude. That's how far I drove that freaking thing. It's a long way. About like 5,500 kilometers total for the truck. It's a freaking monster. Ever play GeoGuessr? I'm pretty good at GeoGuessr, Cheech. Yeah, I don't play it too much anymore because they made you pay for it. So I'm like, yeah, I'm not doing that. I'll just have fun with Google Earth here. Yeah, nah, screw that. Yeah, it's a long way, man. You're in Bleedley on the Sunshine Coast. Yeah, I know where that is. It's over here. I'm probably not saying it right, but I know where the Sunshine Coast is. That's up here. Great surfing, from what I understand. $1,500 kilometers is crazy. I drove from south to North Finland, and that's like 12 to 300. Yeah, Norris. Yeah, like not 1,500, like 5,000 kilometers. Yeah, that was Route 154. I wanted to show how big this freaking thing is. It's big. It's a big country, man. Check out Dorf in Saarland. Bleeblee. It's not Blee. Not it's Bleeds. Blee. That's a fake name. I'm serious. Look. Broken Hill? Dubbo? No. These are not real names. That's made up. Dubbo doesn't exist. I don't believe it. Look at this. You know what else doesn't exist? Birdsville. Birds don't exist, so Birdsville doesn't exist either. Prominence like I live there. What's here? There's literally nothing out there. Yeah, there is absolutely nothing. He says a fake name. You're a fake name. Got him. I gotta sneeze. It's a turbo. Broken Hill is Mad Max territory. Fuel-injected suicide machines. Well, at least like... Oh, mining town. Yeah, you weren't kidding. Look at this pit mine. Sweet. That is a big pit mine. Yeah, that's a big one. Your space control center is fake. Your subscription is fake or something. I don't know. Oh yeah. Dude, there's like 3 or 4 different mines going on here. Cool. Oh, yeah, look, that's where they put all the dirt. That pit mine is my new backyard pool. Something tells me, Forlorn, you don't want to swim in these ponds. I Something tells me I wouldn't swim in that. It's industrial waste. Serious, actually serious. Look up Mount Buggery. That's not a place. Come on now. It is. It is. Yeah, look at these. Very nice. That's a clothing brand. Those are big mountains. What's that range called? I don't even know. Actually, that ain't too bad. Melbourne. Oh, look. There's Canberra. You know, on second thought, let's not go to Canberra. This is a silly place. Wollongong? No, that's probably like Wollongong or something. There's all these longs, all right, but I'll show you what the best long is, okay? You know what the best long is? This is the best long. Well, was the best long, let me say. It's not right, man. It ain't right. All right, Magellan. Good night. Well, stayed up late too late. No regrets. No. You don't understand. You don't understand. You don't understand. This was the best long. Okay. It was. You know why? You know why I like Geelong so much? God dang Ferd factory there, boy. Dang old Ferd. All right, Magellan. Well, I'm going to be here in another 2.5 hours, pretty much. Bunch of buildings. Please elaborate. Drummer, that's where Ford made all their Australian cars for the longest time, and then they closed it because why have the capability of making something yourself when you could just pay somebody else somewhere to make it for you, right? Like, seriously though. What the hell were they thinking with the Commodore? Am I right? What? Dude, I'm like that. I have no horse in that race, and I'm still annoyed. Home of the Barra engine. Yeah, that's right, man. It's a damn shame. It's not right. It annoys me. That pisses me off. They made such nice cars there, dude. We have a Ford factory nearby, and they're closing down soon. Your Falcon came from that factory. Every Falcon from 1971 forward came from that factory predominant. Think about that. We stopped making the Falcon in 1970 over here. What you guys would call an XA. We stopped making that in 1970. They discontinued it. Hey, Harry. Check last for funny. That's why I like Geelong. It is best long. These are nothing. My favorite translated name from here is Beaver Meadow Marketplace. Icebound. Hey, whatever. You had a 2014 XR6 Turbo. Dude, Greg, I want one of those. I don't even, I want one, and I don't even care that the steering wheel's on the other side. I don't care. Dude, an FPV Falcon? Yes, please. Play Minecraft until the next launch. Linus Brimo will kill me if I don't pack. She will seriously kick me in the face. But I really kind of want to. But she's asleep right now, so... Oh, don't do this to me. Don't do this. Don't do this. I hate being addicted to video games. I hate it so much. You know, I have a 2022 i30. The customer is always right. Oh. Think of the views. Nobody watches me play Minecraft. My Minecraft streams aren't popular. I do it for fun. I do it because I enjoy it. If you're in a pine box, at least you're packed. Good point. I really can't. But then again, it is a little bit early. It's still in the apartment. I don't want to wake up neighbors. But dude, if she figures out I've been sitting here playing Minecraft the whole time, I'm dead. She's gonna be pissed. Oh, okay. Have you seen Capitol Hill, Australia? Nah. Do what you have to do to be able to get back to playing faster. Mondred, that's the responsible decision, huh? Yeah, Dead Scum, yeah. Yeah, you're not wrong. Oh, you got zapped. No swearing. No swearing. Canberra is poo. Yeah, Greg, yeah, on second thought, let's not go to Canberra. It is a silly place. Yeah, see, I've been noticing that. You know, it's like when I'm driving, like if I'm driving to Florida, Greg, I got to go down the coast of the United States, right? There's Washington D.C. and you know what? I just go around, just go right around that. Yeah, I don't need to go there. Yeah, no, we don't need to go there. Yeah. I would. You, Forlorn? No, come on, no. Please, really? I didn't see that one coming. Why is DC so bad? There's a lot of people, Bauxy. Like, Rule 8 stuff aside, there's a lot of people. Actually, the National Mall is pretty damn cool. Yeah, the National Mall is cool, and the Air and Space Museum is pretty cool. Arlington National Cemetery is really freaking cool. I wouldn't call it really cool. It's very, very sombering, I guess, is the right way to say that. There's a bunch of stuff legal there that's not legal elsewhere. I would live in Canberra. Yeah, Forlorn, the museum, the National Mall and the Smithsonian is what makes it worth it. So, Bauxy, here, I'll show you real quick. Guys, honestly, like, I'm not procrastinating. Like, I've been packing like crazy. I'm not awake. And I don't want to pack stuff up. Like, so, yeah, here, let's change the title to Talking About Geography. Good to visit, bad to live. There's a lot of people. Okay, so in the US, basically from about here down to here, we have a population density, this area right here. This is called the Northeast Corridor. This is European population density. That's what I grew up in. I grew up with people just as close as anybody else that lives over here. Like, it's the same kind of, well, maybe not as bad, but it's damn close. It's definitely the highest in the U.S. You know, yeah. So like New York, Philly, Baltimore, Washington, Hartford, Providence, and Boston. And you can rope out Albany in there, but it really, really gets wide open once you get up the Hudson River Valley. You up pretty early. Well, the SBRIS launch just went off. SKS, yeah. So Washington D.C. is cool, but it's jam packed. There's a lot of people there. But I'll tell you, the National Mall, if you ever go to the U.S., check out the National Mall. It's pretty freaking cool. So that's where the U.S. Capitol building is, And then there's the Washington Monument. And then there's the White House. That's pretty neat. Then there's the Jefferson Memorial, and then there's the Lincoln Memorial. And then the National Mall on this side has memorials to all the different wars. There's the Korean War Memorial, which is right there. There's the Vietnam War Memorial, which is really, really will tug on your heartstrings. Yeah, that it hurts. It hurts. I really don't like that one, but it needs to be there. And then this is the World War II Memorial. It's pretty cool. Yeah, it's pretty neat. And then if you go down here, there's all these really, really great museums. This is all called the Smithsonian. So there's the Museum of American History, there's the Museum of Natural History, and then my personal favorite, the Air and Space Museum. When I was like 10, my parents brought me into this, and they had intended to see, you know, we were gonna go do all the museums in the National Mall in one day. Nah, young EJ just spent literally the entire day in the Air and Space Museum. I mean, yeah, that's pretty much how that panned out. And then there's the Capitol, and then all of this stuff is like all the federal government buildings over here. It's pretty cool. And then another cool thing to see over here is Arlington National Cemetery. That's where the monument to the Marine Corps is and stuff, which is pretty sick if you know what you're looking at. Yeah, that's pretty sweet. It's the Marines that put the flag up on Mount Suribachi in at Iwo Jima, 1945. That monument is huge. Look at the people standing in front of it. Yeah. So Arlington National Cemetery is where the Challenger 7, the Columbia 7, and the Apollo 1 astronauts are, along with JFK. JFK is right next to them, actually. Yep. It's really sad. But important to see nonetheless. But yeah, it's a pretty cool place. It's just, yeah, I wouldn't want to live there. There's a lot of, yeah. There's a lot of stuff. A lot of people. Which is kind of crazy because if you just go down a little bit south, you go down to like Fredericksburg or Richmond, it very much thins out down here. But yeah. Baltimore is it exists. Yeah, it exists, and yeah, let's just leave it at that. Arlington used to be Robert E. Lee's land, but a Union soldier out of spite buried some dead in his garden, and so that became what Arlington National Cemetery would be. Interesting, Jack. I didn't know that. No, Luke. That's how I feel about Philly. Yeah, well, Philly exists. I mean, there's a lot of history in Philadelphia with the founding of the Republic and stuff. Independence Hall, etc., etc. Yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah, some pretty cool stuff happened there, you know, to start this whole country. But you really want to know if you want to go to where the Boogaloo started up here, my neck of the woods. The MC server switched over to streamer mode, by the way. Don't do this to me. So many freaking people, dude. Ugh. Philly has the best stadium district. Cool. All right. I should power it down, man. I should power it down. I'm gonna get punched in the face if I don't pack. It's not actually, you know what? It's not even that Primo's gonna get mad at me. It's just, it's gonna be more work later. There's also a big boat rotting away in Philly. We don't talk about that. Boston is the only major U.S. city I haven't been to. It's cool for history, Will. Yeah, really cool city if you want to learn about the Revolutionary War and stuff. Like, there's the Constitution and the castle right there. That's worth the price of admission. That is a commissioned Navy ship. It's active duty. Yeah, pretty much SKS. Yep. Yeah. And then there's the Bunker Hill Monument. Don't fire until you see the whites of their eyes, lads. It's pretty crazy. Yeah. It's pretty cool. There's all kinds of historical stuff. There's a cemetery in the middle of the financial district here, and some signers of the Declaration of Independence are in there. Sam Adams is buried there, too, for what it's worth. It's pretty cool, actually. Pretty freaking cool. Any cool museum in Boston? The Museum of Modern Art is amazing. Yeah. It's right here. Or no, that's not MoMA. MoMA's in New York. That's the Museum of Fine Arts. That's awesome, Nora. This museum is amazing. They have... So, Remo and I went there a little while ago, and I'll be honest, I've never been. Why the heck do I want to go to a freaking art museum? And then I realized, then I remembered going back to school. Like, I went to art school, you remember that. I remember going back to it, what fine arts actually means. It's not like some person taking a dump on a painting and then smearing it all over it and calling it art, you know what I mean? Like, I get it. It's in the eyes of the beholder. Yeah, sure. Okay. This is like art from antiquity, which is, so there's like Egyptian artifacts in there, there's Greek, there's Roman artifacts, and oh man, was it cool. That was my favorite part, dude. I love seeing the Roman stuff in there. And it's not reproductions, it's real stuff. Yeah, the building is cool. I am paid to design that building. Yeah. Very famous architect. Yep. Oh yeah, Mayor. Man, some of the Greek statues in there. Oh my goodness. There was so there was Greek, there was Egyptian, there was Roman, there was Byzantium, there was Byzantine statues in there. It was amazing. It was so cool. Do a stream in the museum if they would want me to. There's all kinds of stuff. There's oil paintings from like real oil paintings from like the Middle Ages and stuff. It's crazy. Yeah, no, I was like expecting a stupid art museum, but it's not that's not that. Yeah, no, it's not that. There's like, here, check this out. I'll show you a picture. Look. Like, there's real artifacts and stuff. Museum of Science and Industry, Josh, in Chicago is, yeah, I haven't been there, but I know. Freaking U-boat in the ground. Like, look at this place. Like, oh my goodness. It's very, very awe-inspiring. It's really freaking cool. Yeah, that's probably my favorite museum in Boston. Easily. Like, ah, man. Yeah, that's freaking rad. The Greek stuff is my... Oh, dude, look at this. Look at those damn statues, man. You know how long it probably took to make that? Look at that statue. Unbelievable. It blows my mind. How did you make that? How'd you make that? I mean, a lot of time and a lot of craftsmanship. That's, some of those statues were not small. It would take ages, at least an hour. Yeah, unbelievable. Yeah, if you're ever in Boston, go to the Museum of Fine Arts. Yeah, a lot of stuff from ancient antiquity. It's really freaking cool. And it's kind of weird because like during the Renaissance, so you can follow like the meta of art, right? Like there was no like paintings, there was no canvas. Not that much like during Greek and Roman times. Like they had paper and stuff, like they could write, but it wasn't like paintings so much, right? They would draw on like pottery and whatnot. And they would make like big stone statues. And then it's kind of weird. Everybody switched to like painting in like right going up right to the Renaissance. Everybody switched to painting. And like that was like the meta for art. And then it kind of went like during the Renaissance it went back to making statues. You can see like different revivals over time. It's super interesting actually. I'll be up here at the end of this month. Gonna have to check it out, dude. Check out that museum. It's amazing. Just go to the Greek parts. Go to the Greek and the Roman parts. In the Egyptian parts, you'll just be like, okay, right. It tells about the expeditions when they went and got them, how they got okays from the government to do it. It was pretty cool. Like they have so much. There's so much like Roman pottery in there. It talks about all the like Roman and Greek gods and stuff, and like you know like Apollo's in there, Artemis is in there. It's so cool. There's statues of both of them. It's freaking wild, man. Yeah, it's kind of crazy, SKS, right? Kind of crazy. Anyway. The U.S. Capitol building has 100 statues. Yeah, well, Forlorn, it's classical. The Capitol building is classical architecture. It's very Roman. Yeah, I think that's called neoclassical, if I'm remembering right. So it's supposed to look like the Parthenon, or Parthenon is Greek, but like the Pantheon from Rome and stuff. It's called neoclassical. Pretty awesome architectural style. It's very imposing. I like neoclassical. Neoclassical is cool. It's not Art Deco tier, but it's pretty close. We just added Amelia Earhart. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Entire food lineages were created because of missing products. Yeah. Yeah, anthropology, very interesting stuff, SKS, yeah. And if you think about what kind of tools they had to make those statues, yeah, Mondred, it blows my mind, dude. That must have taken months. It must take months to make one of those statues. It's just one statue. There were thousands of them. There were like hundreds of them in every city. Like every city had statues like that. Okay. Apparently the Romans used to paint their statues. That's right, Simon. Mm-hmm. Fun historic fact, the Romans liked Greek culture so much that they literally stole Greek temple. Of course. Yeah, Imperator. I mean, the ideas of democracy and individualism that our republic in the United States is based off of comes right from ancient Greek, and representative republics come from that's Rome. It's a Roman idea. That's our U.S. The U.S. system is very much based off of that. It's not exactly the same, but it's close. Hey, Envy, there you go. Hope you have a good day, too. Yeah, SKS, unbelievable. Until Julius Caesar happened. Yeah, well, complacency do be like that, Imperator. A viewer asked me a very existential question on stream last week.
Discovery, north throttle up.
Hey, Envy, 17 months, thank you. Yeah. Yeah, no, Roman history is very interesting. A viewer asked me, like, what is going to cause humanity to What will kill us? Like what man-made thing will cause an extinction event? And I said complacency. That was my answer. It's too easy to say that we'll nuke ourselves. It's too easy to say that a pandemic is going to happen. You know? But the Museum of Science in Boston is amazing, Typhoon, yeah. But I said complacency. If you look at every empire in the past, every single one of them, they got complacent. They lost the drive to go further, to be better, and all of them crumbled. Every single one, every single time. It's like we do this thing for a while and then we get bored of it and we're like, yeah, all right, time to do something else. It happened to Rome. That's why Caesar was so important, Infrared, because he came and he was tired of that crap. And they kind of did a Star Wars, but yeah. Well, the other thing that people don't know is that people think Star Wars is based off of the Third Reich. It kind of is. There's some parts like the symbolism and stuff, but no. The story of Star Wars it's Roman. It's Greek tragedy, Roman and Greek tragedy all day. Yeah, exactly, SKS. Not a good idea. Yeah, that usually doesn't end well. If you look at history, that usually doesn't end well. I thought it was partially based off of Vietnam. Some of it, there's inspiration drawn everywhere, but the idea that there's a nefarious force that's going to overthrow a republic and make it empire that's Roman. That's Rome. That's what it's based off of. And the idea of Luke having to confront his father, which is the antagonist, right? That's Greek tragedy all day. It's Greek tragedy. Yeah. That's based off of Greek theater. And that said, Star Wars is a cheap knockoff of Foundation. Yeah. There you go, SKS. Yeah, that's what I mean about complacency. Yeah, dangerous. Very dangerous. That will cause our extinction if we're not careful. I mean, most cinema is rooted in Greek tragedy anyway. Like, yeah, most movies, the story arc, a lot of movies nowadays, they're all, for a long time, they're all, yeah, it's all Greek to me. Hey Reagan, what's going on? All right, dudes, you know what? I gotta pack. I really should. It's funny because the comment said, why would I pay taxes? The roads are falling apart. Good thing we've learned since then, right? Yeah. You woke up while Atlas was a minute into flight. Yep. Please read Foundation. It's a historical book on the Galactic Empire based on the Roman Empire. Okay. I don't have time right now, human, but maybe in the future. Well, next time people ask, what did the Romans ever do for us, we have more answers. Yeah. Yeah, SKS, it's interesting. Interesting concept. Rome literally gave us the blueprint for what to do and what not to do. Yep. They also designed James Webb Space Telescope. Wait, what? Oh. Nope. Yep. Nope. I have no idea what you're talking about. Cool. Don't you remember that meme? Ando, my brain is paste right now, dude. Paste. Like, I'm not here. I am, but I'm not here. Oh, jeez. Hey, Nuclear, what's going on? Yeah, just straight dookie. Yeah. Alright. Fellas, I'll see you in 2 hours. Actually, about an hour and a half. I'm gonna go pack, and then I'll be back. I'll be back for the NS-22 launch. I should probably go pack stuff. I got stuff to do. We gotta move so much stuff. I haven't even packed this room yet because I'm gonna be streaming basically until the end. Guys, the Falcon 9 launch tonight. KPLO is... Hey, Kaz, thanks for the bits. Backpack, you are really tired. Now, that was a joke, but didn't come off very well. The Falcon 9 KPLO launch at 7 tonight is the last stream I'm going to do from here. Yep. I could stream from the laptop, Drummer, but yeah, we don't have internet until the 9th. The internet's getting taken out here tomorrow. Yeah. Can't leave an entire control center till the last minute. It's my control center. Look, see, look at the Kerbal on the far left monitor. She's gonna be fine. She's not panicking. She's dancing. Wait, you're offline for 4 days, Nikita? I'm taking all next week off because we need to move a lot of things, and we need to get a lot of things figured out at the new place. I have a lot of, there's a lot of things that it's gonna sound dumb, fellas, but I've never owned a house before. I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm not even kidding. Like, that's not even a joke. I have no clue what's going on. Like, how often do you mow the lawn? Like, I mean, I'm sure I could figure that one out, but yeah. Like, we gotta get the internet figured out. Primo and I have to... Moving gets expensive real quick if you're not careful. So, I mean, Bree and I have been spending left and right on, like gas for the cars to move them back and forth. We've been spending money on, stuff that we're going to need for the house that, you wouldn't need in the apartment. Like, we spent money on a ride-on mower, for instance, because it's a big yard, and I'm not using a push mower. That would take forever. So, yeah, exactly, SKS, yeah, so, don't call if you need anything, yeah. So, I can give you updates on Discord, Nikita, and maybe once the internet gets hooked up, I'll be doing testing. Owning your first house is stressful. Once you figure everything out, it will be great. Bought my first place about 6 months ago. Yeah, Hera, I'm in the still figuring out phase, and then we got to figure out where our finances are at, like, after the fallout of moving goes away, which is why I'm taking this next week off. So yeah, we have the NS-22 launch, and then I'm going to move more things today, and then 7 tonight. That's it. That's the last stream from here. Yeah, SKS, I can't believe it. Like, I walk into that house and I'm like, this is mine and Primo's. This is ridiculous. Why did you let me have a house? Who thought this was a good idea? You can always just do a bathtub stream for money. Nah, I'm good. Yeah, Wefrel. Yeah. Like, even the garage. Yesterday,